DaVinci series. If we have the power to turn another planet into Earth, then we have the power to turn Earth into Earth. Neil deGrasse Tyson. The Earth is for itself an unrepeatable blue planet with unspeakable incredible views. A place of turquoise waters and home to countless species of life. And a masterly piece of magnificence and mystery.
Life wasn't always like this.
The Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, has this morning declared a state of emergency.
In New York, where the governor has declared a state of emergency.
New challenging technologies and social differences that could change history. Sometimes those places are tremendously affected by humans. A global pandemic, ecological disasters, like a forest fire consuming a forest, nature develops an astonishing healing process to recover for itself as part of a natural process. Every corner of Earth has a little part of a paradise. From autumn to winter, from spring to summer, this year will remember history as one critical access point for humans. Likewise, we have the power to come out of the ashes to protect our planet and live in harmony as a society. This DaVinci series has the purpose of raising awareness and consciousness as one interconnected society. DaVinci series.
Let's introduce our Master of Ceremony, Jennifer Lyle, an intuitive business mentor for established female entrepreneurs, shift energy optimizer, and author of A Beginner's Guide to the Soul book. She helps people how to learn how to make decisions and clarify what they want in their personal and professional lives. Jennifer, please guide us on this fascinating and wonderful self-discovery event.
DaVinci Series.
Welcome to an awe-inspiring conversation of creativity, curiosity, and possibility. We are celebrating Leonardo da Vinci and his influence on modern creative minds, and the innovation that he continues to inspire that we've all had to tap into in these unprecedented times during COVID-19. It's hard to believe that it's been over 500 years since this polymath genius left this earth, and yet his incredible impact continues. Now, you may know him as the artist who captured the Mona Lisa smile, or the creator of that famous mural in Milan, the painting of the Last Supper. But Leonardo continues to inspire thousands of art enthusiasts who admire his creations. But what you may not realize is the depth of his curiosity for nature and science and how things work, and the range of his mastery as an inventor, an architect, and draftsman and scientist. He actually left thousands of pages of research and observations which are still being referenced today. Consider that. Think about the legacy he's left behind. Innovative designs, concepts, and discoveries that Leonardo da Vinci made 500 years ago are still being developed, explored, tested, and used today. Right now, we are living in a time that requires a new level of innovation. Learning from COVID-19 and how it has impacted the world, and it's actually in some ways improving our lives on different levels. This inspirational event was created by modern-day polymath Carlos Herrera, and he created us as an opportunity to see the gift that is here before us. Yes, COVID-19 has presented many challenges and so much loss, yet it has also inspired resilience, humility, kindness, patience, compassion, creativity, and success. It's invited so many people to get back to nature, back to simpler things, and also consider a new future. Today, you will hear from amazing visionaries with new perspectives for you to consider. Consider the goodness and the beauty that's waiting on your doorstep. You'll be motivated by the event creator, Carlos Herrera, international award-winning, multi-diverse modern polymath. He's an architect, designer, artist, researcher, inventor, thinker, speaker, and philanthropist. He profoundly believes in the power of unity with reasonable realism and legacy vision. You'll be inspired by retired firefighter and fire investigator turned public speaker, YouTuber, and social entrepreneur, Guillaume McMartin. He is a creative visionary who strives to make global impact on the environment and society to reach harmony between all living things, something that can only be achieved by collaboration. You'll be moved by Ruth Herrera as she teaches us about resilience. Ruth is the recipient of the Woman on Fire Award, a speaker and a resilience researcher.
Yes.
Nagasaki.
Yeah,
So you were born in that time.
that's right.
You will be refueled by #1 international mega success and multiple-time TEDx speaker in 40-plus countries, the unstoppable Tracy Schmidt. Tracy has been featured on Oprah Magazine, Chatelaine, seen on NBC, CBC, ABC, and globally around the world. She's a 2020 Canada's Hall of Famer alongside Wayne Gretzky and Brian Mulrooney. Oh, did I mention that she was born a 4-way amputee, meaning she has no hands and no legs? Let's get started now with sweet 12-year-old Gwyneth Herrera. She's an international award-winning artist, model, and philanthropist. Her professional experience began when she was just 4 years old, when she was interviewed by Global TV's Susan Hay. She was featured on the Making a Difference segment for her artistic gifts. And today, Gwyneth has a special message about how little things make big days. Let's meet Gwyneth.
Thank you, Jennifer, for that wonderful introduction. Hi, my name is Gwyneth Herrera. I'm 12 years old. I'm an artist and a speaker. I want to talk about how small things can make a big difference. You may say, how small things can have such an impact in our world and our community? Well, let's start with the bad things first. One bag in the entire ocean won't make such a difference, even though it's bad. But the accumulation of it can actually make a big impact in the oceans. Also, another one that we sometimes fall for is chocolates. They're not so much sometimes. We sometimes don't eat them, but the accumulation of it every single day will make us have a big belly, and we don't want that. It's always good to have just a small piece, at least once a week, sometimes. But in everything, there is always a good thing. Let's talk about the small things that make such a wonderful impact in the world. In everything, there's always a good thing. And you may not even expect it. It's signals of love. You may say, but how? I don't understand. But it's actually very simple. It's a smile, an embrace, a hug. Just listening to someone could change someone's day and maybe their life. Another example is of nature itself. We can always observe nature and see how amazing it is, how wonderful it is. And I think collaboration is one of those things that nature really loves too. The best example I can give you can maybe be the bees. The bees, one bee, they need to have a whole colony to help each other. One bee gets pollen, another one, and before you know it, they make the sweetest honey in the world. And just like that, we have to observe nature, observe everything. Sometimes we do wrong, and just make it a good habit. And like that, anybody can learn. And with the support of people, we can actually change the world. And then one of the most important things to do, the second step, is to take action. I know it can be extremely lazy, and you may say, well, people are working on it. Yes, but one person can change the world. We have to make things great, just help the world. And you never know what can happen. It can be one of those most beautiful times in our history. And one final example is, of course, Leonardo da Vinci. When he was a child, he was curious. And I invite you all to be curious. Make mistakes along the way. It can make us a better person. Learn from our mistakes. And to all the parents, please let your children be curious. And as a child, I invite you to please don't look at your phone all the time. And just go out, be curious, find new amazing adventures, because there's so many but we just don't see them. That's really what I'm telling you. Just to please be curious, to help our world. I promise you that's the best thing, more than anything in the world, just to be happy within ourselves and with everybody around us. And also, I want to invite somebody so so resilient, somebody that really has a heart of gold and tries to help people. And we can all learn from him. It is Guillermo from Planet Karma. Guillermo?
Thank you, Gwyneth Herrera, for this kind introduction. Now, friends and protectors of the planet, we are here today because we want to learn how we can become karma rich during COVID and right after COVID. So stay tuned, because in just a few minutes, you're going to know exactly what we need to do and accomplish so that we can all become wealthy together. What can we do to make the world a better place? Well, what can we do to really make a difference? And I found, while I was walking, I found some trash laying around, and lots of trash like down in the creek, path when I'm mountain biking in the woods or going for a walk. I'm like, we got to do something about that. And there's one picture that I saw on social media. It puts right there is like, it is not our trash, but it is our planet. And just seeing that picture really inspired me to go out there and pick up other people's trash. So we started doing that on our YouTube channel, and going for mountain bike rides and walking, and then just carrying a bag in my pocket when I go for a walk, and little tools so I can pick up the trash. And here, like an example, just coming here to record this video, filled the bag in less than 10 minutes with just trash that was blown away by the wind into the forest, or just left out there by people. And I know this is fresh trash because we were here just 2 or 3 weeks ago and cleaned the entire wood. And so this is something that for the past 2 or 3 months I've been doing, going all around the woods and creeks in Burlington, Ontario, and cleaning. And now we want to expand this, but then we realized we always asked to go back. So how can we inspire more people to do the same? Because alone, like, I cannot clean all the woods in the world. One picture inspired me. How can we inspire more people? Now, we got people who saw the videos all around the world in China, who saw it and are inspired, and now sent me videos of them cleaning their apartment buildings and picking up the trash in the hallways and all of that. So this, like, guys, it's amazing how this, like, inspiration, just one thing can inspire others to do the same. And now the question is, how can we inspire the people who are leaving the trash there? And it's not with a sign that says $2,000 fine, because I've seen them around near the Bronte Creek here in Burlington. There's a bunch of those signs, and I spent 15 minutes and filled 2 bags of garbage picking up the other people's trash. So it's not a sign. It's not maybe just a picture, because some people really don't care. How can we make it like a global movement? How can we inspire the world to do the same? And this little seed of an idea grew while I was doing a video on how we can do this, and asking for people to contribute. The karma economy, like, it just came, like, it got downloaded into my heart through the connection with all living things. And it is through making a game, something where you can gain experience and level up just as a game, but in real life. When you do something good, you gain experience. The karma points, when you do something that is good karma, you do something good for the planet. But not only that, when you do something good for others, when you forgive your enemies, when you help people, help the old lady walk across the street, when you pick up other people's garbage, when you pick up your own garbage, when you collaborate and help people on their project, you're gaining karma points. When you're the one doing the project, you gain karma points. Well, when you level up, we can have sponsors sending gifts to you, and the more you level up, the bigger the gifts get. So this is awesome. Now, how can we exchange karma points? Like, how can we build an economy around that with the karma economy? How can this become a real economy? Well, we got people we are in contact with that use cryptocurrencies and build cryptocurrencies and build exchanges for cryptocurrencies, and like are working within the world of the blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And now we can give the karma coins a real life value, where the more good things that you do, the more wealthy you become, and real life wealthy. So now we are rewarding people for taking care of each other, for living in harmony with each other and all living things. You are rewarded. Like, this is amazing, guys. Guys, thank you so much for joining today. Go get yourself some good karma, and we will be in this together, guys. Do you want to hear resilience is an unexpected lesson with a powerful application ahead? Well, Ruth Herrera, we are eager to hear you.
Thank you, Guillaume, for showing us the importance of keeping our planet clean and telling us about the Good Karma Points initiative. We will follow in your footsteps.
Hello, I am Ruth. The focus of my work is resilience and its connection with the source. Resilience is a mixture of resistance and flexibility. After having experienced my dear mother's death during a tragic event, I became profoundly interested in this particular human skill. I discovered that resilience provides a path to powerful inner transformation. During our human existence, a unique universal law continuously applies to its totality without any exceptions to every single one of us. I call this law the law of uncontrollable events. When confronted with an unforeseen event, this law is activated, sometimes shaking us to the core, causing our inner space to chat. When we face challenging trials such as the loss of something or someone we treasure and cherish strongly, particularly the loss of a child, the suicide of our loved one, currently a pandemic with devastating results affecting the normality of our lives, and countless situations that come into our lives uninvited without previous notice. We undergo a tsunami of emotions through the development of these difficult experiences because we are creatures of comfort. A period of our life when we are visited by feelings of guilt, irritability, anger, impatience, uncertainty, and frustration. We do not see a solution or a way out. Our minds creatively display a misty tunnel with closed doors. However, something extraordinary and wonderful evolves within us. The source of the universe will forever seek balance. Now we have an opportunity to discover how to navigate our lives, applying tools of wisdom to help us to accept this new reality. But how? Activating another universal law, the law of inner strength. Consider the beauty of this transformational law, moving us from inside of ourselves to action, a historical moment in our lives when our inner light will manifest. How is that possible? An experience triggered by choosing from that wise place in our hearts to express the maximum divine potential found where? In humility, gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, self-love, unconditional love, and loving kindness, granting us the power that illuminates the path to total acceptance of our new reality, a new way to embrace life so that it becomes nice and sweet despite the loss. Leonardo da Vinci continued working on the Mona Lisa painting until nearly his death, creating a masterpiece. Likewise, we can continue working in our inner world to bring out the best version of ourselves, to create a better world. I am sending you a hug from my heart to the inner essence, that inner light that is within you. Namaste. Now, let's listen to a remarkable example of resilience and determination, the wonderful, unstoppable Tracy.
Thank you to Ruth. Such a powerful talk on resiliency, an unexpected lesson with a powerful application ahead.
Hello, Unstoppable Tracy, back for our last video together, Earning Independence. We talked about 3 keys to unstoppable you. Exceed uncertainty. Feeling uncertain when you're falling out of your boat is no excuse for inaction. We embraced possibility together, even when we didn't know how. We get started and we go for it and jump on in and find our backwards boot solutions. And now we are earning independence. I remember being in Thunder Bay, Ontario, hanging off of this cliff out in the boonies. I remember when I was hanging off of this cliff. And when I was hanging off of this cliff, there was a big projection part that when I left the cliff edge, my stumps, my knees were just dangling. And I was frozen in fear. And I remember wondering, nobody's left of me, nobody's right of me, just hanging out there all alone. Somebody shouted from up above, "Tracy, are you on the ground?" And in my head, at first I was thinking, no, I'm not on the ground. And then I realized, I'm not alone. I had forgotten. Somebody was on my lifeline. Somebody was on my belay line. That's all of you listening in today. And all of you have people on your lifeline. Friends, family, neighbors, co-workers. All of us have that lifeline. Who's on your lifeline when you're feeling hanging out there all alone? I went on from Thunder Bay, Ontario to the Himalayas of Nepal, the largest mountains in the whole world. I was the very first 4-way amputee to climb those Himalayas, and I am still the only 4-way amputee above knee to have done that. So when I was in the Himalayas, traveling around Nepal, I fell in love with the children there, and I became a teacher in Nepal, and then Uganda, and then Mexico. I ended up being a teacher in 20 countries around the world. Because I could swim, I could sail. Because I could sail, I could teach sailing. Because I taught sailing, I got into Teachers College. If I can do it, can do it. 3 keys to unstoppable you. Exceed uncertainty, embrace possibility, and earn independence. And at bobsledding speed, you too will be the limitless version of you. Be unstoppable. Thank you so much for joining me, Unstoppable Tracy. Take care.
Any gatherings of 500 people or more. But starting tonight, all Broadway shows are suspended until April 12th. Several other cultural institutions are also shutting their doors, including the Metropolitan.
We, as a human organism, to think rationally, logically, scientifically.
Oh no, no, I am late. No.
Adeline. Adeline. I'm so happy you came back.
I heard about you long before we met. You're winsome and you're young, at least that's what they said. Underneath your glitter and your gold, you can't deny the fact that you are growing old. You have 1,000 eyes that never fall asleep. Someday I will leave you when I've had enough of your beauty. Gotten used to your scent. I'm certain you have had another cigarette. Nothing could prepare me for your style. someday I will leave you when I've had enough of your beauty. Doopy-doop-boom-bo, ee-da-dum-ee-dum-ba-dum. Doopy-doop-boom-ba-dum, ben-do-dum. Doopy-doop-boom-bo, ee-da-dum-ee-dum-ba-dum. Doopy-doop-boom-ba-dum, ben-do-dum. You have 1,000 eyes that never fall asleep. Maybe I will never leave you when I'm in love with your beauty. Oh, for now you can rest easy. Oh, because for now, New York, you have a hold on me. Because for now, New York, you have a hold on me. Because for now, New York, you have a hold on me. Because for now, New York, you have a hold on me.
Here is Carlos Herrera with Don't Wait for Opportunity, Create It. Carlos Herrera, folks, international award-winning polymath, motivational speaker, and philanthropist and creator of this event. We would like to hear you.
Thank you, Unstoppable Tracy, for such a motivational introduction. We are living in a historical time of human history. This is part of a global pandemic situation. All of us has been affected. This means new rules to the game will take place. Some of those rules accurately applied. Sadly, some will bring consequences for years to come. This is a unique time to create new innovative ways, developing new ideas to benefit our society. We are worried about what the future has in store for us. A global pandemic as part of our everyday anxieties. In the end, more imperceptible changes dramatically affect the way we work as a society. New technologies such as artificial intelligence, global warming, interpersonal differences, and environmental disasters. As a modern polymath, I can visualize the past, present, and future as one interconnected piece, like Leonardo da Vinci did 500 years ago. We are living in a domino effect. Today, we are making historical and critical decisions requiring a perspective approach for the generations to come. I have identified 3 factors that will help us to generate solutions based on realism, to envision what could happen beforehand, helping us to be prepared. Learn to stop. This is an action that is so easy to say, but so difficult to do. I will dare to say that everyone lives either in the past or in the future, giving us little time to think about the consequences of our daily actions. This is the precise time to know how, when, and why to start. Analyzing in real present time the next step to follow. With this in mind, we move on the next step. Reorganize. I am sure that you have heard the saying, after the storm comes the calm. But maybe I should say, before the storm comes, be prepared. We prepare before, during, and after the storm. This example might be very practical during this pandemic time. We cannot modify the future and the past, but the present is based on past facts to build the future. Collaboration. Somebody could say, I don't have enough experience, or nobody will listen. These ideas are merely perceptions. We are worried about what the future has in store for us. I don't live in a privileged place. Well, that is part true. Still, this is not the whole truth. At the origin of the human society, people exchanged products and services. Today, people are labeled by the bank account. We live with this conditional belief, and maybe we had not realized it. Well, this is the time to share our talents, to discover how can we benefit from each other. We have something that I do not have, and I have something that you don't have. We exchange services or products to join forces to be productive. Collaboration is part of the progress. Just after Leonardo da Vinci, for centuries, polymath people almost disappeared. During these modern times, a new generation of modern polymaths are contributing to some of the outstanding innovations today. My designs and innovations that you will see are just part of my portfolio of ongoing projects. Bio-creativity architecture. Mechanical ventilator for COVID-19 patients.
Incorporating a synchronized inspiratory and expiratory airflow.
Green-powered car design. I compromise myself to use responsibly and honestly the new technologies. Fine art. Architectural jewelry. All of us have unique talents and abilities. Let's be united. We are residents of the same neighborhood called Earth. Thank you for investing your precious time with us today. We truly, all of us, behind the DaVinci series, wants to say thank you. Let's wrap this event with nuggets of wisdom. Please, Jennifer, we are so eager to hear you. What do you want to tell us?
Thank you so much for joining us. What an incredible event. Today, Gwenna shows us how the little things make a big difference. And she reminds us to look for the little things to just brighten your world. Guillaume invites us to consider the impacts of acts of kindness, and they, in turn, will inspire others to take action too. This creates a karma economy for the greater good of all, and the results. Ruth reminds us that the universal laws are always supporting us through times of adversity, grief, and difficulties, inviting us to open the door of resilience within ourselves. The unstoppable Tracy reminds us we are not alone. Someone on our lifeline is always looking out for us. Remember, you were born limitless. And Carlos encourages us to create opportunities rather than waiting for them. To see hope for the future, there are always new opportunities for innovation using new techniques. What a wonderful event! And this innovation is spreading around the world. There will be a 2021 conference in Spanish.
Conferencia 2021. Invierte en tus sueños. Trabaja ahora. Brilla mañana. Conference 2021. Invest in your dreams. Work now. Shine tomorrow.
And the annual DaVinci celebration of his influence and modern creative minds featuring fashion, awards, music will be announced soon. We are so very grateful for you joining us. Please spread kindness in the world and watch your life be blessed with goodness and abundance. Thank you so very much.
DaVinci Series. Produced by Carlos Herrera.